Fun is a fickle thing. What's fun for you might not be fun for me, and vice versa. And with nearly 1.3 thousand reps in this game, which is way too many to count and arguably too much time, I've been around the block a few times, and there are some characters I enjoy playing more than others. And in today's video, we're going to go over the most fun characters in For Honor, and they're going to be ranked into 4 categories. One being the fun category, characters that I can always go back to and play no matter what. The neutral category, or meh, characters that I don't really like but also don't really hate. They're in the middle. Then we just got the boring category, characters I just simply did not enjoy playing. They might change at a later date, but ones I just did not simply enjoy. And then we have a special 4th category, which is for characters that are at rep 1 or ones I have not put enough time into to form a judgment on, like this new Valkyrie that we have. I simply haven't played her enough, or Athera, which she will not be on this tier list as this is being recorded the day prior. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and let's get right into it. Okay, so different angle on y'all, but we're gonna go straight through the list here on the bottom and make our way all the way through. Once again, this is very opinionated. What I might find fun, you might not find fun, but I'm also going to give a reason as to why I find these characters fun. So we're going to go from left to right and just simply work our way down. Aramusha, overall I would rate a very fun character. His all guard, his pommel strike, you just feel like a badass when playing him. And he's a Ronin. You can't get much more cooler than that. I really enjoyed him. Maybe the only last 10 reps of him got boring, but out of the 60 that I played, all of those were complete fun, and I would go and do it again. Berserker is one of those cases where I have not played him enough. He is currently at rep 2, so I cannot make an opinion on him. Everyone's favorite meme lord here, Centurion. Centurion is a neutral case for me, because when playing with friends I find him fun, but when playing by myself I find him boring. So he's kind of in the middle for me. I like his fashion, I like his weapon, but nothing really to make me go out of the way and say, hey, I want to play him even more. But I also don't hate him either. I don't find him boring. He's a weird middle ground. Now, this one might annoy a lot of people. The new Conqueror, I would say I actually do find kind of fun. I actually find new Conqueror fun, believe it or not. Once again, going with the theme of the All Guard, just being a wall and unkillable. Because anti-ganking is one of my favorite things, and Conqueror's just there, and I just love how brutal his weapon sounds. I like his moveset, his All Guard recovery. I like it all. It's very fun to me. Now, the crazy thing here is BP is a weird case. To me, BP is in that neutral ground, because during my time of getting him to 70, I had moments where I enjoyed him, I had moments where I find him boring, but he always felt kind of neutral to me. Like, he felt like a very baseline character, very simple character. He has his all guard that is also very cool, but he wasn't really boring, like absolutely boring to me. He had his fun moments, but to me he was just in the middle. Pirate's a fun hero for me. I love the gunshot, I love being able to dance around people, I love the dodge recoveries, I love how she talks shit. I just overall love it, her fashion, her moveset, I love all of it. Gladiator's another weird one to me, because he's one I don't really go back and play, and his toe stab is not one I really like, but I'd have to find him boring. I do not like playing him. I never really have. So he's a boring character to me. Maybe if he had some extra stuff like his deflect actually breaking hyper armor, but to me he's just the same thing over and over. Griffin right here, I'm currently rep 60 with Griffin, and he is a neutral. He's neutral. I don't hate him, but I don't overly like him because of the way he is. Now I'll see if I like him whenever he gets his buff. Today I'm recording this on a Thursday, but He's in the middle. I like his fashion. I love how he just absolutely manhandles people. But I don't think he's going to be one I'm going to see myself going back to, but so I'm in the middle for him. I'm neutral. He has his moments, but he's overall in the middle. Highlander is a case that I have not played enough. I cannot form an opinion on Highlander. But now, Yorm. Current Yorm. On release, Yorm was fun for me on release, but after her nerfs and nerfs and nerfs, she got boring to me. She got very boring. You would run out of stamina trying to drain the opponent's stam, and overall, not one I see myself going back to play. I just find her that boring now. That her rework might be a different story, but currently I find her boring. Get that out of here. Kinsei. One of the most fun Vanguards in the game, in my opinion. I love everything about him. His move set, his voice lines, his finishers, everything. A character I will always go back to, and one of the most fun I've had repping up a hero because he forces you to use his whole move set and you feel rewarded for it. I absolutely loved it, and I recommend people play him. Kyoshin. I'm sorry, Kyoshin was boring. As much as the All Guard was cool and he does his little weeb stuff, he was not a fun character. I found him very boring. Because the moment Unblockable got in play, Kyoshin couldn't do anything. He was only meant for ganking. That's really the only time I had fun with him, when ganking, and those moments where I would pull off the recoveries, but boring. Not a character I would go back and play. Lawbringer. Fun. Very fun. Both the buff Lawbringer when he was S tier and the Lawbringer we have now. Really, really fun. I just love to parry everything. Like conk, be there, be that wall, be unkillable. It is very, very fun. Nobushi is a weird case as she is in the middle ground for me. I love her fashion. I love her mobility. She has those that are there for me, but she has such a high skill ceiling and skill floor to where she's in the middle for me. I don't hate her, but I don't find her absolutely fun. That might change when I master her moveset, but for now, she's in the middle for me. Orochi. I had so much fun playing him. One of the most fun assassins in the game. Again, just being able to dance around people. Both old Orochi and the Orochi we have now. I loved him to death. He's flashy, he's cool, really fun, and anybody can pick him up, and I recommend it. I'd recommend playing this one. Peacekeeper is only sitting at rep 10. She's another weird one. I like her fashion, I like her dagger cancel, I like her recoveries. But it's just that her place in 4v4s is kind of weird. But I will have to say, overall, she is a fun character to play. She is a very fun character to play. The most assassin, if that makes sense. Next is Raider. Raider is currently sitting at rep 20, and I have not gone back to him, as I got other characters I'm repping up. So he is in the, I would say he is in the middle ground for me. He's the trader, he's the team fighter. He loves to swing his heavies. He's gruesome and brutal, but he's in the middle ground for me. When I play Raider, I just love hitting people with top heavies, but at the end of the day, he's kind of just there for me. He's there, he's in the middle, but he's in the middle ground, I would say. I can't really elaborate more on it, but he's in the middle. Hitakiri, the asthma, the one that we have now. So, present Hitakiri, the one we have now, I would have to say boring. I liked her when she used to take a form of skill, but granted, she has her place. However, the whole kick mix-up now, it's a very boring mix-up to me. It's very boring. It's the same thing. They either dodge it or they don't. But her fashion is cool, her weapon's cool, but outside of that, she's not one I would go back and play. Next is Shaman, good old Shaman Mama. I love her to death, absolutely fun. Slowly becoming one of my more favorite assassins. She's feral, it's one of those characters that you play, you feel the character, and she's just batshit crazy. And I love that. I love her personality, her weapons, the way she holds it. And she has a Kukri dagger, one of my favorite daggers in the modern world. Really, really fun. Now, Shinobi is at rep 1. I cannot comment on him. But the time I did try to play him, it was absolutely horrible. I could not get it. Shigoki, he deserves this top spot here. He's my main. I love him to death. I ironically picked him up for the memes, but ended up loving him. I love everything about him. He's the tank, the heavy guy, the sumo fighter, the wrestler. I just loved it. It was so much fun. I love the hug mix-up. Everything about him, and the headbutt I love. He's my boy. He's my thick boy, and I love him. The one I would always try to play in a tournament if it came down to it. I would absolutely love him. Now, Zhanhu's a weird one, as my last 20-ish reps were with the reworked Zhanhu, the Zhanhu we have now. So he's gonna go into the neutral, barely borderline boring, but the neutral, because I just love his responsive dialogue system. I love his fashion, but that is about it. And to me, like, there's that makes them fun, but it also comes down to the mix-up and the moveset. So he's there in the middle. He's there in the middle for me. He was always neutral. Medjai, no comment, as I have not played him enough. He is currently still locked for me. I have not even played him, so I do not want to give an opinion on him, but from what others have told me, he is pretty fun. This reworked Valkyrie we have, I have not played. She is still at rep 30, so I cannot make an opinion on her. But old Valkyrie I liked, and this rework one I can't form an opinion on because I simply have not played it. Warden, my very first rep 70. As painful as it is, I have to put him in the boring category for me. And the only reason why is he's your standard duelist. He was the character for me that got me into For Honor. And after going on and playing other characters, looking back at what he has and looking back at my moments with him, I had a lot of moments with him where I would learn the game, but the Warden we got now, when I play him, I just don't really feel anything when playing him. That joy is gone, and he served his purpose. He served his purpose of teaching me the game, but he is not one I would go back and play. So I would have to find him very boring, because when I do, I just don't really feel excited to play him. Warlord is, I have not played enough yet. He is at rep 1. I cannot make a comment on him. Warmonger, a very fun hero for me. Her brutality, how she speaks, she's a Polyon. I loved her. I loved her to death. Just everything about her I loved. I loved her moveset, I loved her impale, all of it. Another really fun character. Now the Wulin. This is going to be a somewhat tricky one. So, Grandpa JJ, I have been playing a lot more, and I do find him fun. I do find him fun for the aspect of dancing around and all that, but his mix-up is simple. I haven't really made the jump to play him. He's more of the character I'll play when I know I'm going against a 4-stack and I know my randoms aren't going to really do anything, or if I'm with my group and they need somebody to play JJ. So he's on the high end of neutral, as if there was any symmetry to this, but I don't necessarily hate him either. Nuxia. I had so much fun with this hero. Back when option selects were in the game, Nuxia was such a queen, to be honest. I loved using the traps, just mincing them with her. It was so fun. It was so fun. Another character I'd recommend if you like pain, because the Nuxia we have now is pain. Now, Shaolin. I have not really played him that much, but I've played him enough to where I'd put a good bit of time into his rework. And for me, he is more of a neutral. He's a neutral hero to me. Because, let me turn this around so y'all can actually see me. Because when I played him, it was old Shaolin. and I found old Shaolin took a bunch of skill. Now this new Shaolin is one when I play, I feel all this fun. I'm able to dance around people. I love that, but there's just something about it that it's not really there anymore. I don't hate him. He's not boring. He's fun, but not fun enough for me to pick him up again, per se. So he's gonna stay right in the neutral category. He's in the middle. Now finally, Tiandi. Tiandi is a interesting case now in the meta because he is undeniably strong. Pre-nerf Orochi is what Tiandi pretty much is right now, and when I mean pre-nerf Orochi, I mean the Orochi that could dodge when he whiffs a kick. And he plays pretty much the same to Tiandi when I played him. And the times I have played him, I'm not gonna lie, I have had a lot of fun with him. I have had a lot of fun. His voice lines, like his feet voice lines are amazing. One of his voice lines for his 4th tier is, and I quote, "Rain death on them all." He has so much personality with him. Unless you're counting female Tiandi, don't even bring that abomination near me. My eardrums still hurt to this day. But his personality, I love everything about this character. Weapons, fashions, executions. He's cocky and he knows it. And in the lore, he's actually insane. And I think it's kind of wholesome in the story and in the lore of this game, as destroyed as it was when Warmonger came out, is that he looks up to JJ, which I find adorable. He looks up to JJ like a father figure. And I love it. But overall, this is what I would rate as the fun, the neutral, the boring, and ones I haven't made a comment on. Let me know who your most fun characters are in the game, the ones you have the most fun with, who are your mains. Let me know all that. But with that being said, subscribe to Come Seal, baby. I hope all y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to check me out on Twitch. I'll be live again. Well, by the time y'all seeing this, I'll be live Monday morning or Monday night. So with that being said, subscribe to Come Seal, baby. And I'll see all y'all in the next one.